Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Nonstop Talking with your girl here, Vivian Liu. Today I will be talking about my most surprising TV and movies I watched in 2022. So I watched a lot of really fantastic and great stuff in 2022. And so I wanted to keep the recommendations going. And that's why I am adding this most surprising list. I feel like these titles miss my favorite slash best list, but they're still really awesome, and that's why I wanted to talk about them today. Before I get into the official list, which I will go through in alphabetical order, I wanted to share some rewatches. In 2022, I rewatched How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And it was really fun watching this as an adult. There's so many things I probably didn't pick up as a kid that I found absolutely hilarious as an adult. And I rewatched this with my boyfriend, and just a lot of inside adult jokes. And I think if you haven't seen this movie or you haven't rewatched it in adulthood, give it a try. I think the adult jokes and how many there are will catch you off guard, but also will make you realize how fun and entertaining this movie is, not only for kids, but also for grown-ups. And the other rewatch I wanted to talk about is Holes. This is such a solid adaptation, just well done movie. And that one meme where it was well, too damn bad, when that moment happened, I just started cracking up right before it even happened. Now, those are the two best rewatches for me in 2022. Now I'm going to start recommending you stuff that I watched for the first time in 2022. And like I said, this is going to be in alphabetical order. And I was able to narrow it down to 10 titles. The first one is Behind the Attraction. My coworker Maria recommended this to me. She knows my sister is a big Disney fan and that we used to have annual passes. In addition, I also have a friend who works at Disney. So I feel like Disney is just part of my life. It was a lot of fun learning about the backstory and the behind the scenes of the parks and the different attractions. It was very educational too. And I just got such a kick learning so much from this. And I just would say if you like Disney, you've probably already seen this, but if not, you'll really enjoy it. And I've been urging my sister, who doesn't watch a lot of TV, to give this a try. Next, number 2 is Cherry Magic. This is a really long and weird title. The continuation of it is 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard. I'm not going to try with the Japanese name, but this is a Japanese drama with a really weird name, obviously. But don't be freaked out by the name, because this is actually pleasantly sweet and romantic. There is a movie sequel that I haven't seen yet, but I will get to eventually. So this Japanese drama is based on a manga, and it follows just a regular typical salaryman who after turning 30 and is still a virgin, realizes that he has this special power of hearing people's thoughts once there's a little skin to skin touch and contact. Because of this newfound power of his, he learns that a senior at work has a crush on him, and from there it's just really sweet, romantic, lovey-dovey interactions. The main two characters, watching their interviews and promo stuff is just so cheesy but so fun. Everything about this will put a smile on your face. Next, number 3 is Conversations with a Killer, the John Wayne Gacy tapes. Netflix has made me realize that I might potentially be a true crime girl. I think my favorite format for it is in docuseries. I don't know why, but I just feel the docuseries format is probably the best way to tell these stories. I feel the amount of victims, the brutality, and the length that this went on for really, really unsettled me. And it just the story just lingered with me. And I just feel clowns are never gonna be redeemed. I know there's some discussions of I guess, the mass popularity of true crime, and I don't think I have a good enough like formulated opinion to share at this moment in time just yet. Next, number 4 is Fire Island. So this movie is Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I love. I love Pride and Prejudice, though Emma is my favorite. But yes, so the main like actor and I guess like writer is Joel Kim Booster, who is a comedian, and I've seen like his stand-up stuff. And I do think he is funny. And I found this movie like funny, romance that's very like modern. And I just had like a really good time watching it. I know that like, some people don't particularly enjoy it, but it really fit like my taste, and I ended up rewatching it. I rarely rewatch shows or movies, and to do it within the same year, like because of how not often I do that, I felt like I had to talk about Fire Island somewhere. Next, number 5 is Girl in the Picture. And like I stated earlier, I think like Netflix is possibly turning me into a true crime girly, but Girl in the Picture is absolutely gripping. This documentary had so many twists and turns, and you were like always like shocked at the next reveal. It's just like, and with this, like most of my department had seen it around the same, or were watching it at the same time, or watched it at the same time, and we like all went to work, and we like just could not stop talking about how crazy it is and how this was real life. Next, number 6 is Love Between Fairy and Devil. My friend Jenny C recommended this to me, and at first I was just like, and towards like a few episodes in, I was just like, wow, this story is like really, really well plotted. The cast, very well casted, have great chemistry and banter with each other. And the main pair, the passion that they emit for each other, like just their chemistry, like, oh man, it'll take your breath away. The main pair just have this like adorable and attractive chemistry, and they're just so incredibly watchable. And the main actress, Esther Yu, like I love her. She is just the cutest thing ever. I watched her when she used to be on that reality show Youth with You, and like fell for her right there. And then so I'm glad to see that like she is getting that spotlight that I think she totally deserves, just because she has there's just something really likable about her personality. Anyways, I'm like drifting away from the show. So this is about like a low-level fairy who accidentally helps like really like rough and tough, strongest like devil character break free of like chains that were holding him, and somehow their souls get interlinked together. And now if the low-level fairy gets hurt, the devil also gets hurt as well. So the devil like sticks close to like the low-level fairy, trying to like protect her so he doesn't get hurt. But the low-level fairy thinks like, oh my god, he like has a crush on me, like he can't stop like following me and like being around me. And so she has like the total wrong like picture, and she's in love with someone else. So she's just kind of like, can you get away from me, please? Like, don't like have my crush misunderstand that there's something going on here. So yeah, so a lot of antics ensue from there, and then love just blossoms, and it blossoms beautifully. Next, number 7 is Selena and Chef seasons 1 through 4, because I watched all 4 seasons in 2022 and absolutely loved it. I feel like there's only 2 things that have me subscribed to HBO at this point. One is Euphoria, and the other is Selena and Chef, because I absolutely love Selena Gomez. I think there's just something very charming and naturally like friendly, approachable, and funny about her. So with Selena and Chef, the show like started off during like lockdown pandemic, where she was like learning to cook with like world famous chefs through webcam. And I like love reality cooking competitions, so I recognize some of the chefs from there. And yeah, it's kind of fun. Like it kind of makes you like want to cook as someone who doesn't cook. And also it makes it feel like, oh, cooking is like accessible, even though is it really? But yeah, but there are like some funny moments, and I think it's just like something very easy to watch, and it was something very enjoyable for me. Next, number 8 is Sex Education seasons 1 through 3. So I watched all 3 seasons of Sex Education last year. And honestly, I think the show is just diverse and educational. It tackles a lot of real life issues teenagers and even adults face, but it like explains it to you, or like it serves it to you in like a very digestible way. I honestly love like a solidly funny coming of age tale, and I feel like this is just that. So it like hits all my marks. You have like, I guess, high school boy who's still like a virgin, and his mom is a sex therapist, and like things are happening at the school, and people need, like the teenagers need sex advice, and he kind of with his friends start this business on campus where he becomes like the sex therapist in a way. Yeah, so that's like a quick synopsis. I don't know how I feel about the upcoming 4th season. Supposedly it's coming out soon. It's gonna be the final season. However, it has already been said that there is a lot of like secondary cast characters that will not be coming back, and that just makes me really sad. So I don't know what direction the show is gonna go, and I'm a little bit scared about the direction it's gonna go. I also don't like where Otis's mom's story is headed. However, I still am very like looking forward to seeing Otis, Maeve, Eric, Adam, and Amy again. Hopefully I'll see them soon, and in a way that is still like good writing, funny stories, and like fun antics. Next, number 9 is The Addams Family. This is the 1991 movie. So after watching Wednesday on Netflix and just loving it, I decided to give the 90s movies a try. I did watch the sequel after that, Addams like Family Values, I think it's called. I didn't really like it as much, but The Addams Family 1991, like that was just really good for me. I thought it was funny. A lot of the things like still work today, and I don't know, I just really liked it. It was like really easy to watch, and I feel like it's one of those movies I myself can see like rewatching, which I think is like high praise coming from me as someone who doesn't tend to rewatch often. And I think with the 1991 movie, like the parents are just super duper well casted, and the Wednesday as well is just terrifically casted. Last but not least, number 10 is Turning Red. So Turning Red, I watched it with my sister, and we both thought it was just so cute and so adorable, and like what great merchandising for the Red Panda. This like talks about growing pains, and it like packs an emotional punch. Plus we have Four Town, that's like chef's kiss. So yeah, so it was just a really, really cute story, and the animation was great. Like there's this one moment where the dad is cooking, and like watching that in animation was like, wow, that's amazing. Those are my 10 plus 2 most surprising watches of like TV and movies in 2022. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, but next is definitely gonna be the worst list lineup. And yeah, so look forward to that. Outro time. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video, whenever that is. Bye.